to you by Podcast City Network.
To another episode of Bear Claw Survival. Today's episode is going to be lit, literally. So we've got two item of the weeks here this week, and our survival tip of the week, which is going to correlate with one of our items. So to start things off here, we're going to go right into the survival tip of the week. So this week is about fire starting, okay? So it's always important that you have some sort of fire when out in the woods, either camping or surviving, because fire not only keeps you warm on when it's cold at night, but also is used for cooking your food as well. So our fire tip of this week is about using items that you really wouldn't think of to use for fire starting. For instance, one proven way to generate flames is to use batteries and two small pieces of foil. Even a gum wrapper will work. So you have to place each piece of foil on the ends of the batteries, and the foil will heat up and burn. When you manage to get a flame going, you can use, for instance, corn chips or Doritos to make a quick fire. They are surprisingly very flammable. Hand sanitizers can also help in this process as well, because, as everyone knows, they contain flammable alcohol.
Shouldn't there be some safety tip on here about how not to explode, though? You're connecting metal to two ends of a battery.
Well, it's with foil and gum wrappers and stuff, it's not that, I guess, heavy of a metal to where it's going to, explode or anything. It's just enough to generate heat to get your flame going. So, like we said, today's episode is
I want to point out that this should be a last resort.
Yes.
Like, you're stranded, ran out of matches, ran out of a fire starter, ran out of everything possible before you start putting things up to batteries. This is not bomb making.
Right, no. This is the last-ditch effort, okay? But the whole purpose of it is using items that you may not realize that can actually help you, use the fire. So, to start off on our first item of the week here, we have a 5-in-1 survival item here. Okay, 5-in-1. It's going to be great. So, one of the things that we always stress on is how to pack as light as you can and how to condense stuff down. So, to have something like this that's 5-in-1, it's just less items that you have to pack and less weight. So, this item here basically is a dry holder for matches. So, the top here screws off. You put some matches in there, maybe some striking material to catch stuff on fire, whatever you want to keep dry, okay? It also doubles as a safety whistle. So you have to blow pretty hard in this thing. I mean, I'm not going to blow too hard, but you have to blow hard to get this thing going.
Blow one good hard blow one time.
So there you go, okay?
Yep,
yeah,
works.
Survival whistle. Little just know he's standing right beside it. It comes with a pretty decent string to either hang around your neck or you can put it in your pocket, your bag, whatever you want.
I would go out on a limb just to make this a better device.
Paracord?
Cut it and put paracord through this.
There you go.
That's what I would do.
Okay.
This is a really thin, I'm assuming it's just like a nylon.
Yeah. Tell them what's on the side of it.
What's that? Oh, the fire starter.
So we do
So
have
this little teeny tiny one, I feel comfortable doing this here real quick, but this one just creates a little spark. You guys can see it if I can get it right.
There you go.
We've got a bigger one we're going to go over in a minute that we're actually going to take outside. But the only design flaw that I have with this at the moment is how much you're going to eat up the side of this and maybe jeopardize the integrity of the dry box.
Yeah.
It looks relatively thick, but I can only imagine striking it so many times it's going to create tears in it and weaken the plastic.
So also on the lid here that we screwed off is our last two items on this. So we've got a mirror inside the cap, which can be used to reflect up into the air to signal for help for airplanes or any kind of air device, helicopter or whatever. And then, of course, on the top of our item is our compass to see exactly which way we're going. So we have a nice 5-in-1 item here. This item here was probably, I think it was like $7.99. We got it at our local Bass Pro shop. Bass Pro. Not too bad. $7, 5 in one items. I mean, you really can't complain about that. It's very affordable for the average person. Someone doesn't want to spend a whole lot of money on it.
For a budget prepper, probably more than likely. I have a full size compass that I would go off of a little bit more regularly, just because it doesn't take up a whole lot of space. We do plan on going camping next month, so maybe Cody will bring this with him, and if he goes, and we can compare it to mine. I'm a strong believer in you get what you pay for. Something of this quality, I'm sure, will work and hold up for a period of time. I'm just always skeptical about this. Was it Coghlan's? It's the same brand.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the Coghlan's brand of stuff. I know we see it a lot at Walmart. We see it a lot of Bass Pro. I think Academy carries a lot of their stuff as well. Everything we've gotten so far has been good, but I would aim this probably more towards budget prepping or someone who's first getting into it. I wouldn't go on an extended period trip with this style compass or with this little bit of striker for a fire starter.
I think it's kind of like a last-ditch effort item. So, if you're going for the long run,
maybe 72-hour bag, probably.
Yeah,
that's
maybe
where I
something
would
like
probably
that.
suggest this to be the most useful, or in the car or something like that. I wouldn't suggest it in your main bag or in a camping bag. I would probably leave it in the car or in a 72-hour bag until you get back to your quality stuff that you're going to buy. Overall, though, I think for $7, it's not a bad little piece.
Not bad at all. So, with that being said, we're going to actually go on scene here, on location, to our second item, because we don't want to burn down Brady's house here. So, if we can cut to the other footage.
Hey guys, what's going on? Alright, so for our second item of the week, we're going to do a fire starter. Cody has a little one on his 5-in-1. This is a magnesium fire starter that we also picked up from Bass Pro. Basically, the point of this is going to be to shave off some of the magnesium with the serrated side of your starter. Get it on your kindling, your dead branches, whatever you're going to try to use to start your fire, and then flip over to your striker and then strike and get some sparks going to shoot. We're not going to stand here in the parking lot and really start a fire on the ground just because we don't have the area for it, and probably not allowed to do that.
We will be filming on the camping trip of us starting an actual fire.
Yeah, we're going to be using a lot of the stuff that we've been doing reviews on the camping trip, and we're going to actually shoot up videos of how well they hold up. So we're going to take a break for a second. We're going to slow-mo the fire starter so you guys can see how it works, and we'll be right back.
So, in conclusion of today's video, fire starting is a very, very important area of survival that everyone must have some sort of tools to use. Like I said, it's used for cooking, keeping you warm, and just various things like that. So it's a must-do when surviving or camping or what. In case you all haven't noticed, we have our Bear Claw Survival Baby on camera for the first time. This is little Camden. We like to make our show fun for all ages, just to let you know. So people can take their kids out camping and have a good time. Make some s'mores and hot dogs over the fire that we created using the tools that we use today. See? It works. But seriously though, make sure that you give us a like and a subscribe. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on YouTube. I think it's over here on this side of the video, or this, I think it's this side. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to keep following us for updates. As well, like us on Facebook. The Facebook we have is at...
Facebook is on, for the Bear Claw Survival page is up standalone on its own. We also have a Bug Out Central Florida page that is a group that we run that is going to have all the show information, upcoming camping trips, and things like that. For you guys that don't know, we are going to go on our first camping trip the 9th through the 11th. As of right now, me and Jordan are definitely going. Jordan's going to pop in on some videos here soon and do some shooting and editing with us. Cody's hopefully going to make it. Once we get this first initial one out of the way, we're going to start doing more as it progresses. We kind of want to get a couple of us out there, though, just to get a lay of the land to where we might go regularly.
And then we're also going to vary it up, too. We're going to do like 1 day camping trips, 2 day, 3 day. So we're going to have multiple days for people that can't do consecutive days. Maybe just 1 day. We do like a 1 day camping thing.
And this is all going to lead up to the end goal of what we brought up in the first intro video, is to have everybody come out just with their bug out bag and use that for 3 days. We're either going to do primitive style or non-primitive style.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, the camping trip that we're going on, me and Jordan are just strictly doing what we're going to fit in our backpacks. I think we both have a 10 in ours so far, some cooking stuff, food. I think I've got a 60 liter, and I think Jordan's is about the same size. And then we're going to probably weed out the stuff that we don't need and go from there. And then, but everything's going to be on Facebook.
Also, too, Podcast City Network.
Yep.
Their website, podcastcity.net. Make sure you go on there and check us out, as well as the many other shows on their website as well. So in case you're interested in something else, maybe after you watch our show, they got shows like one with politics, sports, movies, wrestling, anything you can think of on there.
Paranormal. They got some paranormal stuff on there as well.
Yep.
They cover a wide variety of stuff. And all the shows in there are great.
But don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That's the most important part. It keeps us going every week.
Yeah.
And the more subscribers, the more we keep going. We're also working on some special guests, too, to come on the show to interview that have previous military experience or survival experience, too. So that's something we're going to be doing here in the future. We're just kind of getting some contacts out there. So until next week, we'd like to tell you to stay safe, stay prepared.
Be aware.
Be aware. Sure. Be
There we
aware.
go.
Be prepared.
Brought to you by Podcast City Network.